So the other day, I made this unicorn cake just for fun, but I couldn't bring myself to just throw it away. So I saved it in my freezer. But after it was sitting there for a while, it hit me. Why don't I just redecorate it for practice? So let me introduce you to Phoebe. Each month, we'll transform her into something new. Phoebe's first makeover is one of these gorgeous vintage cakes that are all over the internet. But like, my question is, should I eat Phoebe at the end of the year? Hi friends, it's me back with my makeover cake, Phoebe. If you're new, I keep this cake in my freezer and redecorate her for practice. You guys showed Phoebe so much love in my last video when I introduced her, and that was so kind of you. So I asked you all if I should eat Phoebe at the end of the year, and the comments were totally split. But I guess we'll see how brave I am at the end of this year. I don't think I've ever met a Phoebe in real life, but oh my gosh, I was so happy to see so many people named Phoebe in the comments. I just think it's such a fun name. Anyways, how should I decorate Phoebe next? You asked for a friend's cake, so you're getting a friend's cake. Yes, my makeover cake Phoebe was named after Phoebe from Friends. It's my favorite comfort TV show of all time, and Phoebe is obviously one of my favorite characters. But did you know that the name Phoebe actually means bright, pure, and radiant? And that kind of describes how I feel while watching Friends and decorating cakes. Putting these sprinkles all around Phoebe did take a lot of time, but I think it gives it that 90s vibe and captures Phoebe's personality perfectly. Subscribe and comment how I should decorate Phoebe next. Every time I redecorate my makeover cake Phoebe, I love to see what the leftover icing underneath looks like. This is kind of giving me Taylor Swift Lover vibes. But for this cake over, I thought it would be so fun for you to guess what the theme is before the end. I got a lot of requests to make Phoebe into this design. It's an iconic, nostalgic movie from the 2000s. It takes place at North Shore High School. It was written by Tina Fey, and there's so many iconic lines.
You're like really pretty. On Wednesdays, we wear pink.
Let me know if you guessed it. I'm one of those people who is obsessed with birthdays. Some people might think it's childish as an adult, but life is worth celebrating. And it's my birthday month. I want to turn my makeover cake Phoebe into my birthday cake. Don't worry, I'm not gonna eat her yet. 20 years ago, I was obsessed with Lizzie McGuire and had a Lizzie McGuire themed birthday. Seriously cool, right? So I was thinking like a Y2K Lizzie McGuire cake or one of those fun like colorful shag cakes. Help me choose, please. I think my makeover cake Phoebe is ready for a new look. But can you guess the theme of this cake over before the end? This is literally one of my most requested cakes I've gotten so far. And I actually love it because it's the combination of savage and girly. It's one of the most popular shows of the year. It's a story about friends overcoming evil together. It takes place at Nevermore Academy, but I'm not gonna lie, it is a little spooky.
Looks like a rainbow vomited on your side.
OMG. I love the look.
Let me know if you guessed it. I'm redecorating my makeover cake Phoebe, and I want you to try and guess her new look before the end. I've actually mentioned this cakeover theme in one of Phoebe's past makeovers, so I've already dropped some Easter eggs. It's been a long time coming. It's inspired by the most iconic music artist in the world. Some may even say she's the man. This album debuted at #1 on the charts in August of 2019. It's full of dreamy, upbeat glitter pen vibes. I can't contain my excitement. Every time I redecorate my makeover cake Phoebe, I love to see if you can guess what the theme is before the end. This is another iconic movie from the 2000s. The sequel to this fairy tale was more popular than the original, and it even made more money than Harry Potter. It takes place in a land far, far away, and it has a lot of layers, kind of like an onion or a cake.
Cake! Everybody loves cakes. Ogres are not like cakes.
Let me know if you guessed it. Every time I redecorate my makeover cake Phoebe, I love to see if you can guess her theme before the end. This fashion icon was born in 1959, and she attended high school in a fictional town called Willows, Wisconsin. There's a ton of movies and shows made about her, but her popularity is so high that she's caused an international shortage of pink. She's even had over 250 careers. She really can be anything.
Oh my gosh, this is perfect.
Slay!
Let me know if you guessed it. Every time I redecorate my makeover cake Phoebe, I love to see if you can guess her theme before the end. This iconic book and movie series was first released in 1997. It takes place in a fictional school of magic that's over 1,000 years old. This series stars the legendary boy who lives, and he finds himself in some scary situations with his two best friends. He's a humble and courageous leader who fights evil with magic. But most of all,
You're a wizard, Harry. Gryffindor!
let me know if you guessed it. Every time I redecorate my makeover cake Phoebe, I love to see if you can guess the theme before the end. And this cakeover is one that I've been excited about for a long time. It's a timeless movie about a gentle and kind girl who could never be ordered to stop dreaming, and always knew in her heart that her wonderful dreams would come true. But to find her Prince Charming, she needed some magic and a size 4.5 glass shoe.
Salagadoola, metricaboola, bibbidi bobbidi boo.
Can you guess my makeover cake Phoebe's new look before the end? I hope so, because this iconic show that debuted in 2000 is one of my favorites. And it takes place in the coziest little town you'll ever see, that makes you want to curl up with a blanket and light your favorite candle. It follows the life of a charming duo that shares a bond only a mom and daughter would know. When they're not drowning in coffee, they're reading a book, running an inn, or at the infamous Friday night dinners.
I smell snow.
And if eating cake is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Let me know if you guessed it. Every time I redecorate my makeover cake Phoebe, I love to see if you can guess her theme before the end. So I'm giving you 4 hints before the big reveal. I can only explain this creative masterpiece in 2 words: world domination. Looking at it now, this is a huge turning point in the career of a global sensation. At least that's what people say. And honestly, it will never go out of style, because every time you listen, you're gonna be screaming and crying. When you hear this soundtrack, it will all just seem so simple, but we love that she always keeps us guessing. Let me know when you guessed it. It's time to retire my makeover cake Phoebe. So at the end of this video, I'm cutting into her to see what a year-old cake actually looks like and tastes like. But before that, she needs one more makeover. This iconic movie is one that brings back all the nostalgic vibes. It's a classic holiday film inspired by the original Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, where one of Santa's helpers took a little journey to the big city to bring out the true spirit of Christmas and help save the day.
I know him.
Well, after 14 different makeovers and a whole lot of fun, I think we all know what time it is.
Here goes nothing.
I don't see any moles.
So there's one thing left to do. Just kidding. Say hi to Phoebe too.